Happy Vlogtober Day 2! Say hi.
School first.
Yep, they're doing school, so...
Can you show them our pictures?
Let me talk. They're trying to take over. So, it is Vlogtober Day 2. Just got supper started. I'm gonna do some chicken in the crock pot. I got it on high, so hopefully it'll be done before 7:30. It's 12:30 right now. We're in the middle of science. We're doing Magic School Bus curriculum. I got it from the Homeschool Belle. I'll link her blog down below. I found this a couple years ago, and I was going to do it with Sam when she was in first or second grade. And now she's in fourth, so we're doing it now. Yeah, let me show y'all what they're working on. They're on week 4. It is beyond week 4. So they're working on urban wildlife. And what are you drawing, Sam?
I drew a fox, and now I'm drawing a hawk. I think it's a hawk.
Okay, Addie, what are you doing?
I'm drawing 2 persons.
And you need to be drawing animals.
Oh.
What are you drawing?
A wildlife, a habitat.
Okay, what's in your habitat?
Foxes and birds.
Okay. And so, don't mind my kitchen. It's filthy, as always. What's new? Nothing. And so, here's my chicken. I got it 3. That's a whole chicken and a half. Casey brought home a bunch of whole chickens for free. My cousin's baby mama has a friend that works at Tyson, and they had a freezer go out, I think. And so they gave a bunch of chickens away to keep from getting rid of them. I don't know if that was illegal or not, but my freezer's full of chicken, so. But, yeah, that's what we're having for supper. Hopefully Casey will pick up some broccoli, carrots, and cauliflower on the way home from work. Pick up some gravy so we can have some mashed potatoes. So, yeah, after we finish our school day in a couple hours, I'm going to be filming my September wrap-up, because I have some books to take back to the library. And I need to edit Vlogtober Day 1. And y'all will be seeing that way before this one, obviously. So, I'm hoping you will enjoy this Vlogtober series. And I'll see you later. Say later.
Later. Bye.
Also, this one has a toad because her and President Snow got flea treatments today. I've already got death glares. Yeah. You're hot. I hope you're not getting sick. Oh, don't lay like that. Oh my god, don't get out of my bed. Okay. But yeah. She's mad. She's a priss. Snow's in his cage crying and whining and curled up. So. Cats. To show you 4 books that I read last month. I filmed a clip of 3 books that I read at the beginning of the month, and they were library books, and I already had to take them back. So I'm going to be inserting that right now. I have 3 library books right here that I need to take back before tomorrow, because one is due back tomorrow, and I don't want to risk damaging these or these getting lost. So, the first book I read for the month of September was Sisterhood Everlasting by Anne Brashares. This is the 5th and final book in the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants series. The first weekend in September, I lost my internet. And if you remember, I said in a video I'd done right when my internet came back on that I'm going to have consistent uploads, trying to get my videos back on track, and that I was behind on work. So I read this book during that weekend, and I finished it in 2 days, and I was not a fan. No. I had high expectations for it, and it just did not reach. I forgot what I rated this, but I will put it down below. They didn't seem grown up to me. They seemed more babyish, more childish. Carmen, still stuck up and snobby and broody. Bridget, she seemed more irresponsible to me. Lena, still hung up on Kostas after years. Girlfriend. For real. And then Tibby. I hate what Amber Shares did to Tibby. No, I can't even talk about this book because I was just so let down. I'm so disappointed. Yeah. Okay. No. The second book I read that weekend was very better. I found this website years ago called readtheworld.org. I started with Africa, and the first country that it lists for Africa is Botswana. And there's 2 books for Botswana. The first one that's listed is Whatever You Do, Don't Run. True Tales of a Botswana Safari Guide by Peter Allison. I laughed and laughed and laughed. This book was so funny. It's this dude's stories. Peter Allison, he went to, he was born in Australia, and he set off in 1994 for a year-long stay in Africa, and he never left. He's a safari guide. He has done National Geographic interviews and yeah, stuff like that. And so this is from these are his tales from his groups that he takes out on safari rides, or his time in camps, on different camps, becoming a manager and then wanting to go back to being a guide. It's just so funny. And he has a little bit of Botswana history in this, and it was so awesome hearing about the king. And I want to get his second book. The only thing I have a problem with this book in particular is the cover. They have this beautiful mama lion, but then they put a shitty safari hat clip art. Is there a meaning to that? And I'm sorry for my face. I'm stressed with this, and all my face is breaking out. So, yeah. 5 out of 5 or 4 out of 5. I'll put my rating down below. And then the last book that I'm going to be talking about right now, in part 2, I'll talk about my other ones. Yeah. I'm ready to watch the Netflix adaptation of To All the Boys I Loved Before. And I haven't read the book, so I got it. Did anybody else cry? I cried. I don't see the appeal of Kavinsky. I don't. Does he get better in book 2? Book 3? It's kind of like an asshole. And I liked plenty of these types of guys in my high school years, and now thinking back on it, I was fucking stupid as hell. Josh, he seemed a little controlling, a little bit too clingy. I mean, you dump one sister, don't go for the other. That's just trashy. I liked it. I really enjoyed it. I am going to be watching the movie tomorrow with Casey. I think I gave this a 4 out of 5. Yeah. I can't wait to read the second one. And I gotta wait weeks because I'm 4th in line. My stupid library system only has 2 copies out of 10 plus libraries. I can't stand it. Anyways, that is part 1 of this wrap up. I will see you at the end of the month for part 2. The 4 books I have right here is Ahimsa. I read this with the kids. It's set in India during the revolution when they were wanting independence from Great Britain, and I gave it a 2 out of 5. The girls loved it. They want to learn more about it, so that's all That's all I care about. I enjoyed it. I'll have to look more into it to see how factual it is. I know it was written by a Indian woman. So I read Clockwork Angel, gave it a 4 out of 5, I think. Yes, I gave it a 4 out of 5. Sorry, I'm moving. I'll stay still, I promise. Okay. And if I'm green, I'm sorry, my background is for Halloween. I get my backgrounds from sarahharts.com. She makes a whole bunch of wallpapers every month. Yeah, Clockwork Angel. I enjoyed it more than the Mortal Instruments, just like everyone else. Found Tessa to be too babyish. I want to set y'all down. I'm tired. Tessa was a brat. She was whiny. She was too judgmental. Jim, I like Jim. He was a little on the quiet side for me. Will, he was pretty much a egotistical ass. And right now I can't see what people see in him. I can't. I liked Jim better than Will. And I thought I would have liked Will Herondale, but yeah. It was way more action-packed. Charlotte and Henry, Cassandra Clare made them way more mature than they are. Their age is like 20-something. And I kept picturing middle-aged people. Like in their late 40s, early 50s. That's what I was picturing Charlotte and Henry. Charlotte with gray hair and a badass shadow hunter. But no, she was in her 20s. And then the Clockwork people, oh my god, was creepy. So, yeah, 4 out of 5. The next one I'm reading is City of Fallen Angels. I'm reading them in publication order. I read Vicious by V.E. Schwab. I read this in preparation for my Vengeful box. If you have not seen that unboxing, I'll link it down below. Yeah, 5 out of 5. It was amazing. I'm kind of scared to read Vengeful because it's been years and it might not live up to the expectations I have. It's about anti-heroes and extraordinaries who have near-death experiences and gain superpowers. And there's no good heroes. It's anti-hero villains. Which, villains and anti-heroes are the same thing, except anti-heroes are like good villains. So, I can't wait to read Vengeful. I can't wait to see more Sydney and Doyle and Mitch. Mitch is my favorite. I hope he's in there. If he's not, then I'm going to be a little teeny tiny upset. I read the sequel to The Isle of the Lost with the girls. Book 2, Return to the Isle of the Lost. If you have not read the first book or watched the first movie, do not go into this book. If you have not watched the first movie, do not go into this book because you will be lost. Ha! I did not intend that. So the first book, it's about all the Disney villains are on this island under the stone. The Beast, he's king of all of Aradon, over all the Disney characters, and we're following 4 kids from the Disney villains, from Jafar, Cruella de Vil, Evil Queen, and Maleficent, and we follow their life on the island, how it's horrible, how they want to get revenge against the good heroes, and they want their powers back. They've lost their magic, and yeah. The first book, we watch Mal, Maleficent's daughter, try to be evil, be something her mother would be proud of. She wants to earn the rest of her name. Maleficent gave her the name Mal because she hadn't earned the name Maleficent. This was good. Highly enjoyed it. We're going to be watching the second movie next, and then we're going to be reading the third book. Got to read the first book, first movie, second book, second movie, third book, and then the third movie that's coming out in summer of 2019. So, yes. I gave this a 4 out of 5. And then I have 3 more books that I'll be showing y'all later, but right now Casey is home and I want to go spend a little bit more time with him. And, yeah. I may show y'all the other 3 books that I've read after we get done with dinner. I'm not going to show y'all me cooking. I will show y'all a little clip of my food or our food or the plates. I don't know. So, I'll see y'all later. So, look good, babe? Good, Ari?
Good.
Good, Addie?
Good. Scrumptious. Which means delicious.
And the other 3 books that I read last month were Pippi Longstocking. I gave this a 4 out of 5. It was very cute and funny. I enjoyed it a lot. The movie, well, one of the versions of the movie, not so much. This has to be our favorite Puffin Chalk book that we have, and I have 5. I bought all 5. So, yeah, this is our favorite. The kids enjoyed it immensely. They laughed a lot. Highly recommend. It's about a girl who lives on her own. She's basically an orphan, but she doesn't see herself as an orphan. And yeah, she has all these fun adventures with the neighbor kids. And she's strong, and she's rich, and she has all these kooky, unique ways. And yeah, Pippi Longstocking, 4 out of 5. I read I Am Number 4. I enjoyed this a lot. It was a quick read. I read it in 3 days. I give it a 5 out of 5, I think. Hold on. 5 out of 5. Haven't watched the movie yet. I read reviews that the movie is horrible. It's nothing like the book. That the writers, they must have not read the book at all, because they didn't take anything from it except character names. But I am ready to read the sequel, The Power of 6. But I have read the synopsis on Goodreads, and it doesn't follow John Smith. It follows number 9, I think. It's about, and I'm not about that. It's kind of very Lunar Chronicles-esque. But this is about aliens. There's 9. They came to planet Earth. 3. The first 3 are dead. He is next to be killed, and he has to stay alive and stay away from the people who are trying to kill him. And he's getting his superpowers so he could defeat the people who are trying to kill him, and eventually go back to his destroyed home planet and repopulate. I liked the relationship, even though it was really cliche and very insta-lovey. I read it so fucking fast, and I'm hoping that I will like the rest of the series. But yeah, 5 out of 5. And the last book that I read for the month of September, I read it in a day, was the first book in Pretty Little Liars. I gave this a 3 out of 5. I gave it a 3 because I read it so quick. It held my attention, and it was a time waster, basically. When I was laying in bed those nights I couldn't sleep, I read this. It's nothing special, nothing great. I don't know if I'm going to watch the show. I'm going to read the second book, but I don't know if I'm going to continue on past the second book. I may read the second book and then take both of these books back to a little free library, or keep them on my shelf until my kids get old enough to read them, because right now it's very inappropriate. Sex, drugs, slut shaming, fat shaming, underage sex, prostitution, maybe, forbidden love, thievery, underage drinking, neglectful parents, adultery. Am I missing anything? You'll have to read my review on my blog. I list everything that is wrong with this book. But yeah. That's it for what I read in the month of September. That's it for Vlogtober Day 2. Look who came home. Say hi, Missy. So, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you tomorrow for Vlogtober Day 3. Say bye. Meow. Ooh, Missy got a toe jam. What?